Hey guys! Guys, how you doing? This is a bit one-sided. As you can probably tell from the title, I went out yesterday to see Kelsey Ellison at Cyberdog. She was amazing. I love her. I just wanted to tell you a little bit of the story, and I have some vlogs for you that I thought you might like. And I got to meet her, which is great. So here we go. For those of you who don't know, Kelsey Ellison is a YouTuber, singer, songwriter, dancer, etc. And she's British, but she's mostly influenced by Asian culture, mostly J-pop and K-pop, and she has that kind of style in her music, and she's really creative and talented, so subscribe to her if you haven't already. So I was going about my day, travelling around on the tube, feeding cats. That's all I do. So I was doing that, doing my job, and I saw a tweet from her saying that she was going to be at Cyberdog. Now, Cyberdog is a massive shop in Camden Market. It is where most of the cyber goth style, not where it comes from, because it existed before then, but it's like the biggest place to get that kind of stuff in London, or in Camden at least. So it's a huge thing. It's always got blasting music. Everything there is so colourful and glowing and ultraviolet, and they have podiums where dancers dance sometimes. So it's really cool. It's like clubbing without clubbing. So if you're under 18, it's probably great. So I saw this tweet, and I was meant to go home, obviously, after work, which is what people normally do, and I was actually editing a video to a Kelsey Ellison song. For those who haven't seen it, it's on my edit channel, link in the description. I did a fan video, Dan and Phil video, to one of her songs, and I was meant to be going home and working on this edit, and I was like, well, I could go home and make an edit about one of her songs, or I could actually go to Cyberdog and see her in the flesh. And I love Cyberdog, I love Kelsey. What is there to think about? So I finished all my jobs and I tweeted her to ask if she was still there, and she was. So I got to Cyberdog, got inside, had a little wander. I started vlogging loads of stuff, and then I realised there were signs saying you're not meant to film. Story of my life. So I then had to put the phone away, but I did vlog a little bit of Kelsey dancing because I was quite subtle, and a couple of people were taking pictures of her. I think some people were fans and some people were just shoppers. So she was up on her stage and some people were just walking past like, oh, dancer's cool. But I was like watching the whole thing. So these are just a few clips I took of Cyberdog, so you'll see what a cool place it is. And there are a couple of clips I took of Kelsey dancing on the sly, and then I'll let you know how I met her and what went down.
The following clips have been adjusted for music copyright reasons.
Can you believe it? Honestly, I almost died of gay. So, as she danced, I watched her like the entire time. Not in a creepy way, like, because that would be weird, but like sometimes I was grooving along a bit and I just stood and watched her. So I thought she probably knows that I'm a fan, because I wasn't really watching the other girl as much, and because I was clearly like there for Kelsey and I wasn't just shopping and walking past her. I was obviously watching the show, and at one point I started trying to copy the dance moves, because that's the sort of thing I do when I'm watching telly or the internet or something, and I thought, but maybe I can't do it now because it's in front of a real person and she'll judge me for being weird. And then I thought, Amy, it's Kelsey Ellison. She's not going to judge you for being weird. Like, she'll praise you for being weird. She's not a judging person. And she did a music video where she was dancing outside as well. So
I wanna see you shake that pom-pom-pom, if you get where this is coming from.
she's obviously not going to judge me for doing it. So I was like trying to copy the dance moves, not like that. They were much more cool than that. And she saw me and smiled at me, and I thought, okay, she's like clicked that I'm a fan. And then after she finished dancing, I didn't really know what to do, so I was walking out the building, and then she walked beside me, and I was like, ah, it's Kelsey Ellison, and I didn't really know whether to say something or not. And she turned around and was like, you're the girl from Twitter. And I was like, yes, how did you guess? Because obviously my icon isn't me. I was like, how did you guess? Is it because I'm the crazy one with blue hair trying to copy the dance moves? And she was like, yeah, I saw you watching me and I thought, I wonder if that's the girl from Twitter, and then you joined in with the dance. And I was like, yeah, it is. She said that. And then I obviously mentioned that that's obviously why, because my icon isn't me, it's a picture of Dan. And she said it's a really good picture of Dan and it's aesthetically pleasing. And I was like, all pictures of Dan are good. And then she asked how my day was, and like, bear in mind, we're just standing at the entrance of Cyberdog, so we've got robots beside us and we're just like chatting by the robots. And I was like, well, I'm a cat sitter, so I've been travelling around feeding cats, and I saw your tweet and I thought, yeah, I have time to come after work. But I wanted to say the anecdote that like I would have gone home and made a video, your song in it, because I'm a fan, but instead I came and met you. I wanted to say that. Previously I'd thought to say something like that, but at the time I forgot. So I just said that I'd been travelling for work and come over, and I forgot the bit about her video, but never mind. The video edit I'm making of her, which the link is in the description. And we started chatting and she was like, oh, is that what you do then? You're a cat sitter? And I said, well, I do YouTube as well, but I want to teach yoga, but I also want to do a bit of dancing, but I haven't really learned dance. And she says, if you've learned yoga, you can learn dance. And she was really encouraging of my career, and I was like, yeah, thank you, because oh, YouTube isn't earning me enough. And she was like, same, like as if we can relate, like she's like really successful and amazing. And I was like, you're a bit further along than me, but I'm glad you appreciate the struggle. And then she had to go in because she was like getting cold, because she was wearing short clothes and she'd gone outside. And I was like, can I have a selfie? And she was like worried that she was all sweaty, but she obviously looked like an angel. So we took the selfie, which you probably saw on Twitter. If not, here it is. And yeah, we were both sweaty and gross, and I had no makeup on. Well, she wasn't gross, she was a bit sweaty, and I was like sweaty with no makeup on. So I put the radiant filter and hoped for the best. But she was so cute and nice, and I'm really glad that she appreciates me as like a fan that took time out of my day to go and see her. I think that was really sweet. It was a really spontaneous thing to do. It was so like, oh, I guess I'm going to Cyberdog now. And then I went and got to see her, and then I met her. It was the most spontaneous thing ever. It's so different from like a meet and greet where there's loads of build up and it was just so casual and nice, and she was so sweet. I really recommend you standing her if you don't already. And it was just a really nice end to my working day. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video of Kelsey Ellison. Give it a like, subscribe to Kelsey Ellison, and watch my edit to Boom Boom, which is about Dan and Phil, because we all love Dan and Phil. Bye!
Boom, 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 boom.
Hi, so just a side note, did you see Becky Crawl's tweet just there where her username was Becky Kind? That's because of me. I called her Becky Kind and she changed her username to Becky Kind. Just had to put that in there. Bye.